can all move down that way because there's going to be more people jumping in here in a minute, bringing stuff back.
Ayan mga kakuboy, so ay papasok na sa mismong minahan at kasama natin yung ibang visitors at nag-iisang Pilipino lang at tayo boy. At walang tayong nag-iisang Pilipino rito mga kakuboy.
This was used when they restarted the open cuts in the late 2000s. At the time they had 6 of these working. And they drilled 85 metres each hole, 300 millimetres in diameter, which was then be cast up and the open cut pipe. They'd run it over the tipple, which is about 6 metres wide, 12 metres long, hole in the ground, with rails running across it. And there was a third rail that basically this rode up on to tip it on its side while the train was going over that tipple. When it got to the end, the rail dropped down, so the weight just dropped back down, ready to go again. And trains are generally full about 12 of these. That one got in from the side, but that's earlier. Eventually we got rid of getting in from the front because getting in wasn't the problem. The fact that we actually had people fall out the front while the unit was moving. 70s, 80s, a little bit early 90s, even the Toyotas were open. They used to order the Toyota with everything stripped out of it. So when they used to buy them from Ballimoya and here in town, Ballimoya made a profit. 50 kilometres of underground rail. They get more than halfway to town. Yeah. So we go this way. And that's exploration drilling. So they drill down, and I'll show you a core sample underground. These days it's basically a core sample. Some are still about that high, wide, about 32 mil or so. Others are about 80 mil, 100 mil. You'll pick these photos up when you come up.
Ayan guys,
There's probably room for you, jump on. Okay, the rest is don't run away and I'll be back soon. Take plenty of photos if you want. Let's go on the thing. I'll be back soon. Yeah.
So ayan guys, nandito na tayo sa paso. So ayan guys, so nandito na po tayo sa loob ng paso.
I'll show you everything out.
Nakakakaba, nakaka-nervyos.
Okay, watch your step going down and then step across into the personnel carrier. There we go.
Napakalamig dito sa loob guys. Air condition siya. Sa loob ng tunnel ay air condition siya.
based around when we used to do 8-hour shifts. So your shift started at either midnight, 8 AM or 4 PM. And that's when you got on the cage. That's when the cage left the surface. Then you go to your crib room, put your tags on the board. Once the supervisor opens the board up, just grab the tag somewhere. No. Put your tag on the board, put your crib board in here, put your crib in the fridge. Crib is what you're going to eat for your lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it. The crib pot, used to bring your lunch or dinner down, and usually used to take anything you stole out. Always happened. So this is where you started from. Supervisor would be here behind this desk. So you put your stuff away, tag on the board, and then he'd give you your jobs. Everywhere underground now is bolted and mesh. And then in certain areas where it needs it, or where it's major infrastructure like your crib rooms and workshops, it's shotcrete. Back in the early days though, not everywhere was bolted and mesh. Some places weren't even bolted. Like if you're in a drive in a stope, that would be consumed by the stope. If we didn't need to bolt it, we didn't bolt it. Because you're wasting your time because you're going to blow it up. So, but then it became, there were a few accidents, and it became general, everywhere had bolt and mesh done. That's the ground need.
Was that all recovered from the mines, or was it
No,
made for this?
this was made for
Made
this.
for
Yeah.
this, look like it.
Yep.
And does it look like, is it what it's really like?
In places, yeah. In other places in the mines. So bolt here is cemented in. Cemented bolts. The other way we used to do it was resin. Like, you see how you have to mix arrowroot? Okay, now, this is a set of vent control doors. Some people call them fire doors, some people call them smoke doors, but they're used to redirect airflow. So if I wanted more air flowing that way towards the crib room, because there's some coming this way, close the doors. They were also used in fires, but not to hold any fire. They were there to redirect the smoke to where it was going to cause the least harm. As you can see that, when this was built, this is where it all started. So they lined down and then they started breaking down. That's just that back there is a sump, that's another sump, some water out here. We get leakage because that water leaks down here. We have to keep pumping it out. There's no minerals seeping out of the ground, this is one salt. Then they worked out, like, they had to take them an extra bolt. The rail to get laid properly. The shaft and the cage put in. Okay, that should be right. Okay, so no jumbos. So no big machines that did it for you. Everybody used one of these. And they were still used up into the 90s. Still used for a little bit of work now and then, but it's only miscellaneous stuff, it's not mining faces. But yeah, early 90s we're still mining headings with them. So your crew of miners would be 2 guys on a crew, and they each had one of them. Some crews would have a spare one as well, that they get operating at the same time. Some of the better miners, they used to operate 2 machines each, so they'd have 4 machines going on the heading, if they had room to do it. And they used to start drilling. I'll just turn off the air. Okay, now the earplugs or earmuffs there, if you want them. It's advisable. Earmuffs will just slip on from behind. Push it through there. So, there you go. Who wants to go? No volunteers? That's all right. You gonna do it? Okay. Come around here. Yeah. That's drill on. This is the air leg out. Right? When you get that gets to about there, wind this a little way back and we'll pull the drill out. If it hits there, it bounces off the steel, falls on the ground and I'm going to pick it up. So, yeah, hand on that. Knock that on. Yep. Miners was generally 80 to 90 holes in the face. So a good crew, they'd drill it out in about 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. It's still hanging off that for 2.5 hours is hard work. But you never stood over an airload like that. This will suffer injury. Okay, so come up to the depth. Okay, you're going to turn that on and then you're going to turn this towards you. When it gets to about there, turn this back the other way until it stops. Put it on. That was ANFO. Now ANFO is ammonium nitrate fuel oil. So basically it's diesel and fertilizer. That's what it is. Blows very big holes in roads when trucks that are carrying it blow up. So old mate would be here, he'd like this. Other old mate would be here. And he would have, we've got to use some imagination here somewhere. So how big is that hole? No, that's a better one. So he'd have his AN60 with the dead in it. He'd put it in backwards so the deck was pointing forward. He'd push it, gently push it down the end of the hole, and then go tap tap, just to seat the AN60. Then he'd tell his sidekick, start. And then the ANFO would make the, going in under air pressure would make the hose shake, so that's why he's here to hold it and keep pressure on it. When it's about 2 inches from the end of the hole, he'd tell old mate to stop. And we put our depths in. Now on a development heading, and that's what this is, we'd use half-second delay depths. We'd lay temporary rail track into the job. But they can only go so far because there's a pile of rock there. Then they'd use this to go pick it up. Now, I'll show you how the bucket works.
Still working.
Sorry?
Still working.
Yeah, this one still works. So drive into the mud. Pick it up, throw it in the back. So when that wagon was full, a mule would come along, take it out of here, and get one that was parked out there, and bring it in and hook it back up onto this thing. The biggest problem with this, because it was on the rails, you can never get into all the corners. Just tap it. That's an air fan. That's about 900 millimetre diameter duct. Nowadays, every fan's electric. You don't use air fans anywhere because they can't do the job. Because most of the headings nowadays
Ayan guys, papalabas na tayo.
back and still have this lever here to screw this thing here. But what this used to have to do, because it was off the rails, it'd have to get a bucket, hold it up slightly, go back to the wagon and tip it in. Throw it over the back into the wagon. So it could pick up the muck easier, but you had to go back to the wagon. So, yeah. You save vacuum creep more than anything else. BUK. So what it was used for is drilling all the holes to put the bolts in. So all these bolts here are cemented. That hole there and that hole there, they're actually cable bolts. Single strand cable bolt. So single strand cable bolts are generally only about 4 metres long. So that's basically the machine vertically mounted on a wheel leg, which we call a rising feed. So that drills holes vertically up, or right angle going that way. They were used for bolting. They were also used for rise mining. That was their main intention, was for rise mining. So rise mining would vary on what you were doing. So you might have to go, so 10 metres above us here might be another sub-level. And you want to put a rise up there, get a ladder way up there, or run some vent line up to that sub-level. So you'd mine up with that thing. So this is your stage. And if you're mining up to the next sub-level, that's resin for your resin bolts. So basically 2 part bolts. Stuff up the hole, bung, and then it's set. Still the same process, they're still drilled. You cut holes bigger than the normal holes, so you had somewhere for everything to go. And that process still happens today, because you've got to have somewhere for it to go. Anybody want to climb on it?